Chapter 6, Lesson 5, Solving Equations Containing Rational Expressions. So we are going to be working on finding common denominators still, like we did in our last section. And this section, we are also going to be focused on once we get common denominators, we are able to cross out the bottom of our fractions and then add them and solve them to figure out what x equals. So for this first example here, looking at the denominators, this one is a 5, this is an x, and this is a 10. And so I know that my least common denominator is going to be 10x. So this one needs to be multiplied by 2x to get it to be 10x. This middle one needs to be multiplied by 10. And the last one needs to be multiplied by x. Now, since all of my common denominators are 10x, I'm going to start by solving the top. So that would give me 8x squared minus 30 equals 3x squared. Now I'm going to subtract the 8x squared to both sides, which gives me negative 30 equals negative 5x squared. Divide both sides by negative 5, which gives me x squared equals 6. And then take the square root, which will give me two answers of positive square root 6, 2.5, and negative 2.5. On this one, my least common denominator is going to be 8. So I'm going to multiply this one by 2, this one by 4, and that one is fine. Now that they're all common, I can cross them out. Distributing here gives me 10x. Be careful when distributing here because this is actually a negative 3 that we are distributing. So that would be minus 12 equals 7x. Subtract 10x to both sides. So negative 12 equals negative 3x. Divide both sides by negative 3 and x equals 4. On this example, I'm going for a least common denominator, again, of 5x. I'm going to multiply this one by 5. This one already is a 5x, and the last one multiply by x. So that would give me 30. Again, this is a negative I'm distributing, so it'd be negative x minus 9 equals 2x. Combining like terms gives me 21 minus 1x equals 2x. Then 21 equals, I'm going to add 1x to both sides, so 21 equals 3x, and x is 7. On this last one, I'm going to put x over, or the 2 over 1, and so I'm going to multiply by x minus 2, which now makes those the same, and that would give me the equation x plus 6 equals 2x minus 4. Subtract the 2x and subtract the 4, and then x is 10. Now it gets a little bit more, a little bit harder here when we have these binomials or these trinomials that need to be factored first. So looking at this one, I'm going to factor this binomial into x plus 3, x minus 3. So notice that it has both factors. So once I multiply this one by x minus 3, it helps me with this one, knowing that I need to multiply this one by x plus 3. And now they all have the x minus 3, x plus 3 denominator, so I can cross them out and start my distributing. So that would give me 2x squared plus 6x. This I have negative 2x and a positive 6 equal to x squared minus 3x. Now I can start combining my like terms, and since this has an x squared, an x to the first, and a c term, I'm going to actually have to set everything equal to 0 to solve this. So when I subtract 1x squared to both sides, combine these two, and then add my 3x to both sides, I get this trinomial. There is not a greatest common factor. I'm going to solve it by factoring like we did last chapter. Factors of 6 that add up to 7 are 6 and 1. Sign chart said both plus. To make this first binomial 0, I would do a -1. And to make the second binomial 0, I would do a -6. On this one, I'm going to treat this 2x minus 1 as its own binomial. So I'm going to multiply this one and this one both by x, and then multiply that middle one by 2x minus 1. So now I have 2x squared plus 2x minus 1 equals 1x, which again is a trinomial that needs solved. So 2x squared plus 1x minus 1 equals 0. This becomes a window method because of the leading coefficient. Factors of 2 that subtract to be 1 are 2 and 1. Sign chart says the bigger one gets a plus. So my first factor is x plus 1, and my second factor is 2x minus 1. Now for this problem, I need to ask myself what makes them 0. So this first binomial would become 0 by giving a -1, and the second one would be a +1/2.